Hi there, my name is Alana and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Super Nudes collection from Charlotte Tilbury. Now if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I have a mild to moderate to possibly crippling Charlotte Tilbury addiction, and we love talking about Charlotte products and other luxury makeup here on my channel. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, but let's get into the video. So this collection has 5 new lipsticks, a new face palette, which is the Nudegasm face palette, and then it has a bit of a re-release of the Super Nudes Easy Eyeshadow palette. This palette was in Charlotte's most recent holiday collection and I got it then and I really enjoyed it. Finally, it has the double-ended eyeliner, which is also something that already exists in the Charlotte universe. Now, one thing I've noticed that Charlotte's been doing a lot with new collections is she's been taking a product that's already done well. For example, she has her entire Pillow Talk universe, but then she sort of started a secondary Walk of No Shame universe, which again started as a lipstick, expanded to a blush and eyeshadow palette. She really just made that grow. And I like that she's done the same thing here with the Super Nudes palette. We know that Charlotte Tilbury is all about that sort of Hollywood, glamorous, sort of airbrushed, glowing complexion, and this collection just has Charlotte written all over it, except nothing pink on the eyes, which is like Charlotte, like that is what you were here for. But it is an absolutely beautiful collection. I picked up a number of pieces. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna do my makeup using tons and tons of pieces from the collection. Then we're gonna take a look at the lipstick swatches, both on my lips and on my arm, and compare them to some other Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks in the same color family. We're gonna take a look at the eyeshadow palette, and then we are gonna do a little bit of a review, and I'm gonna recommend or not recommend some products from the collection. So let's get started. So let's get started with my makeup. I have zoomed us in nice and close, and for my base, just wanted to let you know I am wearing Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I wear it in shade 2. I also have her brow products on, and then I have MAC Paint Pot and Paint Chili as the base on my eyeshadow. And when I was doing my sort of skin prep today, I did use a little bit of Hollywood Flawless Filter along with Charlotte's Magic Cream. So we're gonna be starting off with the eyeshadow palette. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eyeshadow palette, and it has 6 different matte shades in it. Now there are a couple that have maybe a touch of luminosity, but these are really pretty much a matte, like a matte but not flat shadow. This was released in her holiday 2020 collection, and I'm really happy to see it included in this kind of expanded universe. Charlotte's been doing a lot of sort of expanded universe, taking a product that did really well and then giving us more. So we're gonna be sticking predominantly in sort of the middle of this palette here. I don't really use the black a lot, but I'm just going for a really soft daytime look. We're gonna be starting with my Refer 10 brush, and we're gonna use this light sort of bone shade right here. I'm gonna start by putting this all over my lid, all the way up to my brow. Now, my thought for my look today is I'm actually doing a speaking engagement for work. I'm leaving the house today, which is exciting, and seeing people. So I want to really look just pretty polished and professional. And so I thought, why not film this video on the same day? So we're gonna use the same brush, and now we're gonna go in with this sort of taupey shade right here. Now for more of a smoky eye look, which is not the look I typically do on my channel, I'm gonna sort of build this shade up just on the lid, not going up too high, and again, going about halfway in on my eye. The only higher bit I'm doing is just sort of deepening that crease a bit. I'm gonna try to generally do it in a bit of a V shape, although it's honestly so light that it's not really gonna. And then to add that last little bit of depth, we're gonna use this middle shade. It's more of a brown. I just find for my complexion that black eyeshadow is a lot, and you know, like I said, we are looking for sort of a daytime, I'm going for sort of like a country club vibe almost. And I'm gonna take that darker shade and just drag it under my eye a little bit. Then I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush. Mine is Refer 16, and just kind of soften out and diffuse those edges. Now for my liner today, I'm gonna be skipping my typical winged liner because again, I want more of a soft, approachable daytime look. So I'm gonna be using my Pixie by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen in, does it have a name? In black. And I'm just gonna be tight lining. For my mascara today, I'm using Tom Ford's Extreme Mascara. So now we're getting into the beautiful Nudegasm palette. We're gonna start with Soft Sculpt here, and I'm using my Refer 22. Now I'm gonna use my Refer 19 brush and go in with Super Sculpt. So I'm gonna be using my Refer 18 brush and going in with Multi Glow right here. And this one, I've been using it as sort of a peachy golden blush, and it is so pretty. I've been using it the last couple days. Now, I will say that because I've got a fairly fair complexion, that it definitely works well for me as a blush, but for other complexions, it might be better as a highlighter. I do love this kind of the peachy golden glow it gives me though, and it definitely has enough pink pigmentation to work as a blush. And we're gonna be finishing it off with the Super Glow right here. So there's the skin, so let's pick our lipstick to wear today. To complete my look, I decided to use Charlotte Tilbury's website exclusive Runway Royalty, which is in her iconic satin kissing formula. So here is the final look. So here we have Catwalking, which is in their Matte Revolution formula, whereas Runway Royalty was in their Kissing, which is their satin. So Super Fabulous is a little bit deeper than Catwalking, but it is also in the Matte Revolution formula. So for our swatches today, we have Runway Royalty, Catwalking, and Super Fabulous. So I wanted to add in some comparison swatches. So in order, that is Bitch Perfect, Runway Royalty, Super You, Catwalking, Stoned Rose, Super Fabulous, Nude Romance, and Very Victoria. Runway Royalty is a little bit of a deeper, less peachy, but still very, very similar to Bitch Perfect, which is one of my all-time favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So here we have the swatches for the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette. And as you can see, they are generally matte, but they're not flat. They've got a little bit of something to them that just makes them so beautiful and wearable on the eye. And here we have the swatches for the Nudegasm face palette. So we have the highlighter, another highlighter but I use as a blush, the softer sculpt, and the super sculpt. So I now wanted to show you as a comparison to the Glogasm palette. So the Glogasm palette still has that similar sort of light gold highlight and that sort of peachy, I'm gonna say highlight blush, because in Glogasm it's really more of a highlighter for me, but in Nudegasm I can use that as a blush. Now there's this absolutely stunning pink shade in Glogasm, but I never quite liked it as a blush on me, so I never really knew how to use it. And I found that the bronzer or the sculpting shade in Glogasm, it was too warm and didn't work for me. So I definitely appreciate that in Nudegasm, she cooled those down. Okay, so you can see the final look, and I think it came together beautifully. I feel glowy, my skin feels good. I'm liking the sort of iridescent blush highlight combo. I thought the sculpting worked really well for me. And you know what, I like a nice, just kind of put together eye look and a nude lipstick. Like, come on, have you met me? So the first thing I just kind of wanted to go over was my hesitation with this collection. When I saw that kind of the star piece was the Nudegasm palette, all I could think of was Glogasm. Now Glogasm right here is a palette that she released a couple of years ago, I want to say, maybe 2. It's been a while. It's been out for a while. Not always available on her website. And Charlotte has really upgraded her formulas for her eyeshadows, for a number of things over the last couple of years, and this is no exception. So I actually never really liked the Glogasm palette. I found that it wasn't really an all-in-one face palette. For me, the bronzer was too warm to sculpt. Neither of these were quite a blush on me, so it's more like having 3 highlighter options, and I just never reached for it, and I found the formula kind of hard to work with, and just overall not that great. So I wasn't exactly entering this palette with like the best expectations. Now I will say I have high expectations for Charlotte. I think across the board her products are well made, they have great formulas, they work for me, but this Glogasm just was not her best work. Which is sad because when you look at it, it gives me major like Taylor Swift Lover vibes, and so that's kind of why I got it, and then I was sad it didn't work out for me. But this one, the formula is much better. For my complexion, I have a highlighter, I have a beautiful peachy blush, which I think on a deeper complexion could be a highlighter, And then I have 2 sculpting shades. Now, the one thing I will say is that one problem I always have with face palettes is that it's really hard for a face palette to be universally flattering and something that everyone can use. So I'm just putting that out there. As always, I wish that she would release a medium and a dark version, because while I find that these all-in-one palettes that she releases work well for me, I also know that I have very, very fair skin. So this is $95, and I'm just gonna be honest, and then again, that is Canadian pricing. While the look is very pretty, I have a hard time recommending it, only because I just, $95 is a lot of money, and I have big expectations for a $95 face palette. Personally, if I had to choose between this and the Hollywood Bronze and Glow, even though you get less options with the Bronze and Glow, I find the formula is better, specifically on that sort of bronzer contour shade. Highlights also very nice. I think that, look, if you have a similar complexion to mine and you could see yourself using it as a cohesive look like I did today, it's not the worst purchase, but I think that if you're not gonna get use out of everything in the palette, not gonna be worth it for you. And so I would really personally rather you spend your money on the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I just think it's across the board a better product. It might not be as beautiful looking as this in the pan, but I think it's a better formula, and it does have 2 different shade options. Next up, we have the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this is not the eyeshadow kind of colors I typically reach for. Retails for 72 Canadian dollars, and you know, you've got basically what amounts to, well, you could say endless options. You've really got sort of this shade here, which is more of a brown smoky eye, and this, which is more of a classic sort of black and white smoky eye. Personally, I tend to play with these 3, and I don't really do the black because I find it's a lot on me. But it is a really nice palette. It's got a great formula. The shades, I've said it before, are matte, but not flat. They've got a little bit of something in it that makes them maybe not like a true matte, but they really, really do look beautiful on the eyes. I feel pretty wearing it. I will say that my personal preference for eyeshadow tends to be more of the Charlotte sort of glowing, shimmery pink sort of exaggerized family. That's just where my personal preference is, but I feel really, really, really pretty and polished and professional today, which is great because I'm actually wearing a work dress, and I'm gonna be giving a presentation this afternoon. So, you know, I feel pretty and polished and put together, and I found that this look didn't need winged liner to look put together, which is fantastic. But at $72, okay, a couple of things I will say. This is better value than her 4 pans, which are, I believe, $66. I'm gonna leave the price here because I believe it's $66, okay? But good value, good product, and if you don't like the Charlotte sort of shimmery look, then this would be a really great option for you. So let's get into the lipsticks, which you guys know I am a sucker for Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. She makes my favorite lipstick formula. It's the first product that really drew me into the brand, and I've got quite the collection. So the first lipstick, it's actually the one I'm wearing right now, is Runway Royalty. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful lipstick. As I said before, an online exclusive, and really similar to Bitch Perfect, but just a little bit deeper and a little bit less warm tone. So I think this actually might be my perfect lipstick. Like, I feel so pretty in it and so myself, and this one, like Charlotte, 10 out of 10. Incredible job. Retails for 39 Canadian dollars, and it is the only lipstick from this launch that's in her satin formula. Runway Royalty is described as a soft rosy peach lipstick with a fresh dewy satin finish lip look, exclusive to Charlotte Tilbury's website. I'm sorry, nude, soft, rosy peach, all of those words in a blender are the words that I look for when describing a lipstick, and this one, it just doesn't disappoint. I feel so pretty in it. So that brings us to Catwalking, which is described as a fresh, neutral nude peach lipstick with a modern matte finish. And it really does have a beautiful, beautiful peachiness to it. I also feel really pretty wearing it, and I think it really flatters my complexion, so I like that one a lot. Now, Super Fabulous was a really interesting one. I looked at the pictures on the website, and I thought it looked really, really pretty. But it was described with words that I typically don't go for. So it's described as a deep rosewood brown nude lipstick with a modern matte finish. It is a little bit deeper. I think it's gonna wear beautifully into fall. I'm still trying to, I know, look, it is early September when I'm filming this and posting it. But I'm not quite ready for fall. When I am ready for fall, you're gonna see some pumpkins and stuff in the background. But on the models, it looked beautiful, and I do think it looked really pretty. So based on the words, I wouldn't have bought it, but I do really like how it turned out. Now, there are two other lipsticks in this collection which I did not purchase. The first is Supermodel, which is described as a mid-tone muted nude rose matte finish lipstick. The reason I didn't opt for that one is it just looked like it would pull too dark on me. And I don't really like lipsticks that pull too dark. So that one, it just didn't really seem like something that I wanted to spend my money on. And for a similar reason, I also did not pick up Cover Star. So Cover Star was described as a nude muted apricot lipstick in my award-winning matte finish formula. So the apricot, sort of a nude muted apricot, just sounded like concealer lips on me. And I know that on some complexions that can look fantastic, but for me, it just looks like concealer lips. So I decided not to purchase that one. But, you know, there are 5 lipsticks in the range, and I feel really pretty in 3 of them. I would have, if I could have tried the other ones in store and sort of swatched them and seen how they looked, maybe I would have considered it. But I think that, look, 3 out of 5 lipsticks that work for me, that's fantastic. And I do think that the other 2 shades are going to work for other complexions. So those are my thoughts on the whole collection. And if I had to tell you to buy just one thing from this collection, it should come as no surprise. It is the lipstick I'm wearing. It is Runway Royalty. I can't gush about this enough. I think it is so beautiful. I'm so excited to have this. This is like literally the perfect lipstick in my opinion. It is the perfect color. I feel pretty, and you know what, Bitch Perfect has been my favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipstick for a very long time, but lately, and maybe it's just because I've gotten a little bit of sun this summer, it feels almost too light. And so I like that this has a lot of the things I love in Bitch Perfect, but just a little bit cooler and just a touch deeper, but not much at all. It really just feels like a beautiful natural lipstick, and I love it. So I'd love to hear from you guys down below if anything from this collection has caught your eye. I would say that while the lipsticks are fantastic, and I mean Runway Royalty might be my favorite Charlotte launch of the year so far, which is crazy to even think about, I don't think that this collection totally knocks it out of the park for me. I think there's some really nice options, and if you find something that's gonna work for you, awesome, but I'm not like head over heels in love, you know? I feel pretty, I feel good. I think it's hard not to feel pretty wearing Charlotte products, but this one, you know, but that lipstick, obsessed. So anyways, I'm gonna leave links down below if you wanna pick up any of these products. Love to hear from you guys in the comments down below if anything interests you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Oh, P.S. Before you leave, I mean, you might have already left, but if you're still here, I'm gonna leave some videos linked down below where I swatch my entire Charlotte Tilbury lipstick collection and where I rank all of my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palettes. See you in the next one.